You've ruled out extending the fuel excise, but if you are the cut to the fuel excise, but if you are re-elected, will you consider reducing it even further, given petrol prices have already gone beyond $2, so beyond the 22 cents that you've cut?
What we've always done, particularly through the pandemic, is we haven't got ahead of ourselves. Okay, the budget was about 6 weeks ago, a bit longer than that. And in that budget, we committed to a 6-month period, which took us through for halving the petrol excise. It's May. That doesn't conclude until the end of September. There's a lot of time between now and then. And the international forces that are impacting on the world barrel price and on fuel prices have a long way to run out over that period of time. So I think speculating on what that situation is going to be many, many months from now is a bit of a fool's errand. It is not something that we've done before, because we've focused on looking at the data, what the impact is. There's no change to the fuel excise over that 6 months. We've halved it. We've halved it. And that is a significant cost, but it's one we committed to, and we're only able to do because of the $100 billion turnaround in the budget in the last 12 months. Now, had we listened to the Labor Party, who had always as the armchair critic after the fact, had we listened to the Labor Party during the pandemic, we would have spent $81 billion more. Now, that's almost 3 times what it costs to run Medicare every year. And if we had done that, like extending JobKeeper when we know we shouldn't have, that it was time to get in and it was time to get out, paying $6 billion to people to have a vaccine that they'd already had. I mean, these were the poorly thought through ideas that the Labor Party had. If we had done that, then that would have put upward pressure on inflation, and it actually would have denied us the opportunity to cut the petrol excise in half. See, that's what good financial management does. You look at the data, you make sensible decisions, you think it through. Mr Albanese just runs off at the mouth on these issues. When you've never done a budget, you have no idea about the implications of what you're saying for other ways of how it impacts on the economy. There are so many moving parts in the economy. Now, Mr Albanese, he just hasn't done that before, and that is a big risk with what we're facing in terms of the economic and indeed national security challenges around the world today.
Last week, Prime Minister, you conceded that your self-described bulldozer style had alienated voters, but yesterday you seemed to suggest that it was also a sign of strength. So I'm wondering, what is it, and which is it, I should say, and what is it about your leadership style that you're actually promising to change?
You do need strength in this job, and that will continue. Of course that will continue. But the times, it is our intention, will be changing, and the times will give us an opportunity to be more inclusive about how we take our economic plan forward. When you're in the middle of the pandemic, you just got to make decisions. You have to make decisions, and you have to push through. And that has been very necessary, and that's something I've always had the ability to do. And as a result, Australia is in a much stronger position now than so many other advanced countries in the world today. But what I'm looking forward to is being able to move into a new period where we can be more engaging and inclusive and bringing more people with us, because I hope, given the way our economic plan is working, it'll give us more opportunities to do that. So that's exactly what I'm saying. We're going into a gear change as a government because the times are going to enable us to do that. And that's what governments have to do.